Today's story begins in Palm Beach, Florida. A man walks toward his car carrying what appears to be an ordinary package. Moments later, the package explodes, turning a normal day into a nightmare. Within hours, multiple bombings strike the area, spreading fear throughout the community. Local authorities don't know whether they're dealing with a terrorist, a serial bomber, or something even more dangerous. When the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit arrives, Gideon immediately senses something familiar. Too familiar. The bombs remind him of a man from his past, a notorious bomber named Adrian Bale. Years earlier, Bale orchestrated an attack that killed 6 FBI agents and nearly destroyed Gideon's career. The guilt from that tragedy still haunts him. Now, someone appears to be copying Bale's methods. As the team examines the crime scenes, they notice the bombs are carefully designed and delivered directly to specific victims. This isn't random violence. Someone is choosing targets. Someone wants to send a message. Hotchner, Morgan, Reed, L., and Gideon begin constructing a profile. Most bombers are isolated individuals who crave control and recognition. They often view themselves as intellectually superior to everyone around them. The team believes the unsub is organized, patient, and obsessed with proving his intelligence. But there's a problem. The bombings don't fully match Adrian Bale's style. The similarities are obvious, yet something feels different. Gideon suspects they aren't hunting Bale himself. They're hunting someone who admires him. A copycat. Someone trying to imitate a criminal mastermind. Meanwhile, the bombings continue. Every new explosion increases public panic. The media begins covering the attacks around the clock, putting pressure on law enforcement to catch the bomber before more people die. The BAU starts examining everyone who had contact with Bale over the years. They discover that while in prison, Bale exchanged messages with numerous individuals fascinated by explosives and criminal behavior. One of those people quickly becomes a suspect, a seemingly ordinary man who has been living a double life. The deeper investigators dig, the more disturbing the picture becomes. The suspect isn't merely obsessed with bombs, he's obsessed with becoming important. In his normal life, he's insignificant, ignored, overlooked. But by copying a famous criminal, he can finally feel powerful. The team realizes that the bombings themselves aren't the ultimate goal, they're distractions. The unsub is using explosions to hide a much more personal agenda. Now the BAU must determine who the real target is before it's too late. As they follow financial records, personal connections, and victim histories, a hidden motive begins to emerge. Someone has discovered a secret about the suspect, a secret that threatens to expose him. The bombings are designed to eliminate anyone who stands in his way. Suddenly, the case becomes much more dangerous. The unsub isn't simply seeking attention anymore. He's trying to cover his tracks. And desperate criminals are unpredictable. The investigation intensifies as the team races to identify the next target. Just when it seems they are closing in, the unsub manages to stay one step ahead. Every move the FBI makes appears anticipated. Every lead seems to collapse. It's almost as if someone is helping him. That's when Gideon realizes the copycat is still communicating with Adrian Bale. Even from prison, Bale is manipulating events. He enjoys watching the FBI struggle. He enjoys watching Gideon suffer. For Bale, the game never ended. As the investigation reaches its climax, the BAU locates the suspect. But things take a terrifying turn. A man suddenly appears wearing a bomb strapped to his chest. The device is active. One wrong move could kill everyone nearby. The bomber demands transportation and safe passage, creating a tense hostage situation. Law enforcement scrambles to find a solution. Time is running out. The bomb could detonate at any moment. With no other options, Gideon visits Adrian Bale in prison. Bale immediately recognizes his advantage. For years, he has wanted Gideon to admit defeat. Now, he finally has leverage. Bale offers to help, but only if Gideon agrees to humiliating conditions and acknowledges Bale's superiority. Knowing innocent lives are at stake, Gideon appears to cooperate. Bale then provides instructions for disabling the bomb. Everything comes down to a single decision. Which wire should be cut? One choice means survival, the other means death. Bomb technicians prepare to act. Everyone waits. Bale confidently tells them which wire to cut. But Gideon pauses. He studies Bale's expression. Then he realizes something crucial. Bale isn't helping. He's still playing the game. Even now, he wants to prove he's smarter than everyone else. And if given the chance, he'd gladly cause another explosion. Trusting his instincts, Gideon orders the opposite wire to be cut. The room falls silent. Seconds feel like hours. Then, the timer stops. The bomb is successfully disarmed. Lives are saved. As Bale is escorted back to prison, Gideon reminds him of one simple truth. No matter how intelligent he believes himself to be, he is still the one behind bars.